As a woman, there's a story that has shaken me to the core. Heartbroken is such an understatement. To hear that young African women who leave their countries to go to Dubai to look for a better future and to look for ways to feed their families only end up trapped, abused, and sexually exploited. Honestly, this is a story that you cannot unhear. It leaves you with the kind of pain that leaves you thinking, wow, is this still happening at this modern day era? Behind the glamorous lights, the tall buildings, the lavish life of Dubai, and the fast life of Dubai lies another story, a story of death, exploitation, and a story of silence. And these are the kind of stories that we must talk about. In this documentary that I have been following, it tells of a heartbreaking story of a young lady from Uganda. Her name is Mona. So Mona leaves home for Dubai. She's promised of a good job in a supermarket, a clean, a respectable one. Day after day, Mona was forced to service wealthy men, some of whom forced her to do despicable things, most and degraded her in the most humiliating ways. One of the things that is told is that she was forced to eat her own poop in the presence of these men just to make a little money out of what was agreed.
She was fearful. She was so caring. She was not happy because what she expected is not what she. She's not the first girl who died from that place. 2 girls.
She's not the first girl?
She's not the first girl. One was called Kaida. In the same case, jumping from the building too.
Tell me about Abby.
Is your pimp. You woke up to suffer.
Mona endured the nightmare silently in a world that she never signed up for. Then suddenly Mona died under mysterious circumstances. This was actually months after Mona had landed in Dubai and that her life ended. You know, her family back home was shattered and in pain. You know, a daughter that they had released to go to look for a better future, now she is dead. It's a pain that is unbearable, a pain that you cannot explain. And you know, a lot of questions that were left unanswered. Till today, her loved ones are still looking for answers. They're still looking for the truth. What really happened to Mona? Who killed Mona? Who is responsible for Mona's death? You know, these are questions that lingers on. Listen to this. Let's be honest here, this did not start today. History has a way of repeating itself. The Arabs started the slave trade long before the Europeans did. Africans were taken from the East African coast and they were taken to the Middle East. They were taken from Mombasa, Zanzibar, Kilwa, and they were taken, you know, to the Middle East, and there they were used as slaves. They were treated as property. They were used as soldiers, workers, and they were really, really mistreated. Centuries later, now that's when now the Europeans copied the same system, but now they expanded it into the transatlantic trade on the West Coast. Europe was really demonized for it, you know, written in history as the greatest villains of slavery. But the Arab involvement, they escaped the same spotlight, but they destroyed countless African lives. And today, when you look at Dubai and the Gulf states, what you see? A modern form of the same exploitation. But now it's, you know, glorified as greener pastures. But Africans, they're treated as disposables. I strongly feel that we need to call this for what it is, you know, a cycle of silence, history repeating itself, you know, Africans treated as property and mistreated in foreign land, and the world pretending not to see. Behind the glass towers lies a graveyard of broken dreams, of you know, lives cut short, of families seeking for years and centuries looking for answers. This is a crisis that must end. A crisis must be exposed. A crisis must be named, because in every Mona, there are 100 names, you know, that we will never know of. There are 100 stories. There are more stories that may never be told. And until we confront this reality, history will keep repeating itself. Africans will keep paying the price, and the world will keep looking away. But we will not look away. We will speak, we will expose, we will speak for the justice of every African voice that has been silenced in the Arab countries. I am Wangari Njuguna. I'd love to hear your opinion about this. I'll be waiting for your comments.